Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags. All over the world, they burn the American flag. And as you know, through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision, they called it freedom of speech.
Donald Trump in the Oval Office talking about how a lot of people want a dictator. A lot of people say I'm the president of Europe. I guess he wants to be president of the world. He also thinks that his signature on an executive order makes null and void, makes moot a Supreme Court ruling from 1989. This clip, I feel like Stefan from Saturday Night Live. This clip has everything. It has him rambling about Joe Biden and how Joe Biden an auto pen and Joe Biden didn't even know if he was alive. It has Donald Trump not being able to explain his own executive orders like we're so used to. He calls out the nursemaid, Will Sharf, to explain and then interrupts him and then starts talking and then goes back to Will. No, please, no, explain everything, because he has no idea what he's signing. All he knows is the same throw to talking points that he rambles on about. And in this clip, he thinks his signature on this executive order cancels out a Supreme Court case about flag burning. He's going to take away, through dictatorial rule, through a misunderstanding of what his powers are as a co-equal branch of government, that you are no longer allowed freedom of speech as identified by, as ruled on by, the Supreme Court of the United States. Not some state court, not a local municipal judge, we're talking about the Supreme Court. They're called Supreme for a reason, Donald Trump. Watch this rambling nonsense from our age-addled memory patient of a president trying to assert his control, his dictatorial rule over the rest of us about flag burning, which, whether you like it or not, is a constitutionally protected practice of political speech.
About nothing. That means that all those pardons that he gave to some very bad people, very unpatriotic people, very evil people, it looks to me like those pardons are worthless. Because, number one, you shouldn't use an auto pen, very specifically. But if you do, it has to be a very good reason. And they have to know that the president wanted it. The president didn't want this. The president didn't know he was alive, okay? He never approved any of this stuff. He wasn't for open borders and all the other things. He was never for open borders. I've known Biden a long time. He was never very sharp, but he was never in favor of open borders and all of the other things he did to destroy our country. Let's go.
Lastly, sir, this is an executive order on flag burning. It charges your attorney general.
Would you listen to this? This is very important. Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags. All over the world, they burn the American flag. And as you know, through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision, they called it freedom of speech. But there's another reason, which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the area goes crazy. If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You can do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy. In a way, both ways. There are some that are going crazy for doing it. There are others that are angry about them doing it. Do you want to discuss that?
Sure. So what the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. No early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they used that language, by the way. Did they?
Yeah, incitement is
incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record. And you will see flag burning stopping immediately. Just like when I signed the statute and Monument Act. 10 years in jail if you hurt any of our beautiful monuments. Everybody left town. They were gone. Never had a problem after that. It's pretty amazing. We stopped it.
And first of all, let's address how Will Sharf, the nursemaid, explained what was contained in the executive order. That you're directing your DOJ to investigate instances of flag burning, and it sounds to me, through Nurse Will Sharf, through his explanation, that they'll try to find some other crime not related to the actual burning of the American flag to charge. That's what it sounded like to me. Because it is clear in a ruling from 1989 in Texas versus Johnson, shocker that it was the state of Texas attempting to trample over someone's free speech rights, to use some fake love of the flag. We know these idiots to be faketriots. We know that they act like they stand for the Constitution, even though the Constitution protects free speech. These same people who act like they're free speech absolutists, they want to create carve-outs for the things they think are sacred. Burning a piece of cloth that is just iconography. It's a symbol. And that symbol, what is more strong and bold and confident than, yeah, we are the land of the free and the home of the brave. If you burn our symbol, that's how strong our country is. That's how strong the protections of free speech are in the Constitution, that even you can even destroy the symbol of the country. Is this next? If I burn this little booklet with words in it, is that also a crime, Donald Trump? Texas v. Johnson, 1989. It was involving a case where a guy, I think his name is Gregory Lee Johnson, he burned the American flag outside of the Republican National Convention in 1984 in protest of the first Donald Trump type, the first celebrity president, Ronald Reagan, who brought us to where we are now, who set the stage for Donald Trump, who started with the "we hate debt. Oh, we don't want a national debt. We need a small government," and then foisted upon generations of Americans exorbitant debt. The liar in chief, the hypocrite in chief, a Republican president. So this is from the courts, from the U.S. government website, explaining what the ruling was, that Donald Trump does not have authority to overturn, to undo, to create null and void, to make null and void. The majority of the court, according to Justice William Brennan, agreed with Johnson and held that flag burning constitutes a form of quote unquote symbolic speech that is protected by the First Amendment. The majority noted that freedom of speech protects actions that society may find very offensive, but society's outrage alone is not justification for suppressing free speech. In particular, the majority noted that the Texas law discriminated upon viewpoint, i.e., although the law punishes actions such as flag burning that might arouse anger in others, it specifically exempted from prosecution action that were respectful of venerated objects, e.g. burning and burying a worn-out flag. The majority said that the government could not discriminate in this manner based solely on viewpoint. It is stated, and it's been backed up time and time again. It is quintessentially political speech, which is specifically outlined as protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution. It's a done deal. So if you're into it, if you're prone to, if you got a hankering to burn a flag, yeah, maybe go out there and prove Donald Trump's executive order to be bullshit, because that is what it is. It is absolutely within your rights, political speech. And Donald Trump, as much as he wants to be a dictator, he's also just a liar and a faketriot as he molests the flag on stage. That's not respect of the flag. He can't even respect the oath that he took on multiple occasions to the Constitution of the United States. What would make you think he has actual respect for the flag or any of our other symbols? He's currently using our military against its illegal occupation of Washington, D.C. Posse comitatus, disregarding. Donald Trump is not the law and order president. He has no respect for the rule of law. He himself is a convicted felon, 34 felonies. And this is just another violation of his oath of office. Speaking of unlawful. What do you think? I would appreciate your participation in this conversation. What do you think? Look, again, just like Nazi salutes, he's not saying you're going to get a year in prison if you throw up a Nazi salute. That would cause too much problem for his compatriots. Too many problems for the Nazis who support him. Too many problems for the Elon Musk types who throw them up while standing in front of the presidential podium. Ugh. Sickening freaks. What do you think? Again, you can comment below the video wherever you're watching it. You can call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. If you want to help support this work financially for $2 a month, you can do that. Help me produce this content. Click the join button below this video on YouTube. Or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. That's an actually better way to do it because they take way less money than YouTube or Facebook or any other platform where you do some crowdfunding for support. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.